In the U.S. today, there is not a company that will underwrite what you would consider your standard whole life or term life insurance policy. What is available to people who are HIV positive are what's called guaranteed life policies. These are policies where there is no medical examination. They pay out in small amounts of $5,000, $10,000, or $15,000. And unfortunately, they oftentimes have very strict policies and rules and procedures that go along with the life insurance policy. So we strongly encourage people to find out as much information before signing up for these programs or for these policies. Oftentimes, they will have a requirement that the client make at least 2 to 3 years of on-time payments before the payout will actually occur on death. So, and if you miss one of those payments, then your clock basically starts over again. So someone can take a policy out that's only $5,000 or $10,000 and may pay into it for quite a period of time before the payout would occur, and then basically it means there's a very short window when the life insurance is actually financially beneficial, where you have paid less into it than it's actually going to pay out for your family. And it's why for most of our clients, although not all, but most of our clients, we recommend using just a simple savings account as a way to try to provide for your family after.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, I'm listening to you go on, and because I remember when I got life insurance, they tested everything.
Yeah.
So apparently they're allowed to do this. I take it.
Yes, there's nothing in the law that forbids an insurance company from not providing life insurance because someone is HIV positive. We do have hope that in the future that there will be insurance policies that will be offered as people continue to live longer and longer. Presently, in the United Kingdom, there are companies that are offering life insurance policies. However, currently in the U.S., there's not any policy that's offered unless it's one of the guaranteed life. Now, if someone is employed, often employers will have life insurance policies that goes on to your employment, and sometimes you're able to expand those, and that's a way for people to access life insurance. But straight as far as purchasing a policy outside of that, in that arena, unfortunately, the options are quite limited.
Wow. Surprising. And so I guess the end of the day, you're telling people to be very, very cautious about life insurance and perhaps look into a savings account.
We are. I mean, I'm not saying that there couldn't be an insurance policy that works for you under your situation. I would just strongly encourage all clients to read all of the paperwork, and we are always happy to go over with clients the terms of their paperwork and explain to them and lay out for the options that they have, and let them see, okay, if I make all these payments, I will have put X amount of money in, and it's going to pay out Y, and we'll take a look and see, is this really in your financial interest? What is it that what is your goals here? What are you trying to accomplish? And is there another way you can get it that might make a little bit more financial sense for you?
Yeah. Open an investment account.
Yeah.
You've been watching Legal Lines. Legal Lines is brought to you by the Massachusetts LGBTQ Bar Association. My guest here is Andrew Musgrave of AIDS Action. Our number is 617-708-3290. Again, 617-708-3290. One of the things about life insurance, I guess, goes right into estate planning. Do you guys give any advice on that?
Yeah, we always encourage people to come in and talk to us about what their goals are, and we provide estate planning for our clients. I think that for anyone, regardless of their situation, it's wise to have estate planning documents in place, but especially if someone is of more fragile health, or someone who knows that they're going to be facing some health issues down the line. So we sit down with clients and we talk about what it is their goals are, and talk about setting up what we recommend is someone to have a will, have a power of attorney, have a healthcare proxy set up. And for most of our clients, the healthcare proxy is actually the most important document for them, the one they're most interested in creating.
What exactly is a healthcare proxy?
So a healthcare proxy is a document in which a person is able to designate a proxy, designate an individual, that if you are in a condition in which you are not able to communicate your wishes and you are not able to inform your doctor of the decisions that you want made for your health care, that you have appointed an individual, someone that you trust, to make decisions for you regarding your health. And you have the ability in that document to lay out what it is that your wishes and your desires are and how you want to be treated as your condition progresses.
So you go through, you obviously must have some forms there at AIDS Action where you go through this with people.
Yes.
And lay everything, what the typical scenarios are.
So I mean, the typical scenario is the questions that people need to consider, and it's something that's very difficult. I mean, you're thinking about basically end of life questions. And what you want to consider is that if you're in a situation where your doctors believe that your condition is not going to improve, that there is it can be conditions where you are in a coma, you're in a vegetative state, that they don't believe that they don't believe there's a chance of recovery. And the questions you have at that time are whether you wish to continue to have the doctors do everything possible to sustain your life for as long as possible. So that means, do you want them using ventilators and other mechanical equipment to keep you alive? Do you want a feeding tube? Do you want them doing everything possible to keep you alive and keep your life extended? Or are you interested rather in being kept comfortable, making sure that you are in as little pain as possible, but allowing your life to end in a shorter time period?
So, and I imagine, so it sounds to me basically healthcare proxies are important for everybody, but especially for HIV people. What about health insurance?
Health insurance is something that we do assist clients with in making sure that they're able to obtain it and maintain it if that's an issue. Thankfully, in Massachusetts, we have a great healthcare system in the state, not just in the hospitals, but health insurance as well. And so the system has been in place for a number of years, so the impact of the Affordable Care Act is much less in our state than it is in others as far as people having to choose new health care plans. But often our clients, it still can be a confusing bureaucracy to deal with at times, and so there can be periodic times where mistakes are made and someone may get a letter that says that they're no longer eligible due to maybe a short-term influx in income that they had, or they may be moved over to a different plan and not be clear about what they have. And so that's something where we're always happy to assist people in resolving that issues. And then the other issue with health insurance is about payment for services. So there are some particular issues that people who are HIV positive face that require procedures that may get denied because in other circumstances they may not be
medically
necessary. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so there's an issue called lipodystrophy, which is basically as a result of people taking antiretroviral medication, they end up with basically fatty deposits around their body. And thankfully there's some great new medication now where you can actually do injections, and they've had great results. However, the traditional treatment for it is actually liposuction. And what we would see frequently, and still do see, is that a bill is submitted into Medicare from a doctor's office for liposuction. And they think someone's trying to get a tummy tuck or trying, exactly, as opposed to that they have a condition where they're not able to sleep at night because of the deposits on their back, or it's causing
is a
issues.
medical
It's
necessity.
definitely a medical necessity.
Let me wrap this up. If people want to contact you or find out more about AIDS Action, how do they do that?
Well, I strongly encourage people to give a call to our legal line, which is 617-450-1317, or stop by, drop in and visit us. You can come by our Boston location, which is right in Jackson Square at 75 Amory Street, or stop by in Cambridge in Central Square at 359 Green Street, and come by and see us.
Yeah, and you have a wonderful website.
We do www.aac.org, and you can find out more information about our programs there.
AAC.org. And if you are in the mood, you should go there and donate as well. If you're in the gift giving, I can't imagine a more worthy charity than AIDS Action. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to Legal Lines. Legal Lines is brought to you the third Wednesday of every month. My name is Tim Lynch. I am your host. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Take care.